Tonight's game is brought to you by the local Rotary Clubs, Fairbanks Sunrise Rotary Club, the Fairbanks Downtown Rotary Club, and the North Pole Rotary Club. At this time, let's meet the starters for the Sawtooth Sockeyes. Batting first, number 26, left fielder, Harito Kobayashi. Batting second, number 32, center fielder, Kevin Brecky. Batting third, number 34, first baseman, Trey Swigert. Batting fourth, number 12, catcher, Junior Garcia. Batting fifth, number 16, designated hitter, Ty Martinez. Batting sixth, number 17, second baseman, Christian Miranda. Batting seventh, number 40, right fielder, Chris Parkin. Batting eighth, number 27, shortstop, Justin Timms. Batting ninth, number 14, third baseman, Austin Takahashi. Starting on the mound for the Sockeyes, number 33, Growden Palmer. The Sawtooth Sockeyes are led by Larry Price. Now let's meet the starters for your Alaska Goldpanners. Batting first, number 12, shortstop, Griffin Harrison. Batting second, number 5, third baseman, Grant Scholzen. Batting third, number 17, first baseman, Tyson Reeves. Batting fourth, number 26, catcher, Matt Chavez. Batting fifth, number 42, right fielder, Jacob Badawi. Batting sixth, number 32, the designated hitter, Hope Williams. Batting seventh, number 2, second baseman, Rocco Caballero. Batting eighth, number 11, left fielder, Alex Garcia. Batting ninth, number 22, the center fielder, Hayden Iverson. Starting on the mound for your Panners, number 35, Trayson Peters. Your Alaska Goldpanners are led by Brett Latchman. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats in honor of America with a singing of our national anthem. Singing our national anthem tonight is past president and current member of the Fairbanks Downtown Rotary Club, Tommy Gross.
Oh, say can by the dawnly light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
If we could draw your attention to the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch. Throwing out the first pitch is the president of the North Pole Rotary Club, Jerry Millions. Looked like a strike from up here.
Let's go. It's time for Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. It's game 2 of this 5-game set between your Alaska Goldpanners and the visiting Sawtooth Sockeyes out of the state of Idaho, making their first trip ever to Fairbanks, Alaska. Glad to have you with us here on PannerVision. I am Garrow Von Dane. Raleigh Johnson's on public address. Bam Bam Burnley is on cameras and controls. Let us know who you are via the YouTube chat. Goldpanners and Sockeyes played a great one last night. Panners hanging on to win 8-7. Took a 5-0 lead in the first. Yeah, then had to get some more offense going as the Sockeyes battled back and then hung on late for that 8-7 win in Game 1, third straight victory for the Goldpanners. Sockeyes came into town 26-4, so that's their 5th loss of the year. The Panners are 15-6 with 2 ties, and it is the last start tonight, so drink it in, enjoy the last appearance on the mound for Trayson Peters. What a summer he's had. We'll be sad to see him go. Trey, the 6'7" right-hander from Gonzaga. He was up here on PannerVision as a guest last week. Had a great visit with Trey. The Clarkdale, Arizona native, making his 6th start of the summer. And he will face off against the 6'4" right-hander for the Sockeyes, Mr. Broden Palmer. Broden Palmer out of the University of Portland. So a battle of a couple of right-handers here tonight on a gorgeous sunny evening in Fairbanks. Had a lot of rain this morning, and then that the rain stopped, the clouds separated, and here we are, another gorgeous night in Fairbanks. Should be a great weekend of baseball. We are ready to go here from Growden Memorial Park. 6:34 p.m. local time, and Trey Peters is on the hill facing Hiroto Kobayashi. Kobayashi leading things off for the Sockeyes. And he takes a strike from Peters, 1-1. Trey this summer, 20 1/3 innings, has allowed just 4 runs on 14 hits. It's an earned run average of 1.77. Hoping to finish strong here. Still not sure where Trey will be this fall. Played at Gonzaga this past year. He's in the portal and looking for a new home. And whoever gets him is going to get quite a stud here. This right-hander has been marvelous this summer. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kobayashi, the 5'11" right-handed hitter from Japan. Fouls that one off left side. Kobayashi was in the 2 spot last night, went 0 for 3. So looking for his first base hit of the series. Chops this one foul. After Kobayashi will be Kevin Brecky. Trey Swigert in the 3 spot. Junior Garcia will bat cleanup. Sockeyes designated hitter is Ty Martinez. He's batting 5th. Christian Miranda in the 6 spot. Chris Parkin will bat 7th, followed by Justin Timms and Austin Takahashi. Strikes out Kobayashi. 1 down here in the top of the 1st. Defensively for the Goldpanners, Matthew Chavez behind the dish. Tyson Reese gets the start at first base. Rocco Caballero at second. Griffin Harrison back at short, and Grant Scholzen at third base. In the outfield, Alex Garcia playing in left. That one's popped out of play. Hayden Iverson in center field, and Jacob Badawi is in right. Beautiful sunny night here in Fairbanks. Growden Memorial Park on the new turf, installed after last season here at Growden, a home of the Goldpanners since August of 1961. Panners played closer to downtown in their first season, 1960, and part of 61. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Ball dropped, no, hung on to, so the strikeout of Brecky, back-to-back Ks for Trayson Peters. That's Trey where the name came from, Trayson. It's a bit unusual. He said, I have no idea.
At the plate, number 34, first baseman, Trey Swigert.
Swigert celebrated his 19th birthday yesterday. Trey Swigert at first base, batting third. He also pitched last night. Started the game at first base and then took the hill for the last 2 innings. Did not allow a run on one base hit. Goldpanner Noah Smith, excellent inning in a third last night to get the save in that 8-7 Goldpanner win. 2 balls and no strikes on Swigert. And there's a strike, it's 2-1. Out of the University of Portland, Swigert takes a strike. Went 0 for 2 yesterday with 3 walks. The top 4 in the lineup yesterday were just 1 for 13 for the Sockeyes, but they were issued 7 free passes. Swing and a miss. 1-2-3 as Peters strikes out the side in the top of the first. Sockeyes coming to bat. Griffin Harrison will lead off for Fairbanks as we go to the bottom of the first here at Growden Memorial Park. Beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska, rainy day, but sunny now. Gorgeous evening for some Panner ball against the Sawtooth Sockeyes, and the first pitch gets away from the right-hander Palmer and hits Harrison between the shoulders. Oh, Harrison hit by a pitch and brings up Scholzen. One of the newest Goldpanners, Grant Scholzen, freshman from Pacific out of Hurricane, Utah.
Grant Scholzen.
The runner at first base is Harrison, leads the team in stolen bags. The pitcher is the right-hander Broden Palmer. Deals upstairs. Palmer, 6'4" right-hander for University of Portland. 13 2/3 innings this summer. Has allowed just 2 runs on 7 hits. He struck out 22 in 13 2/3 and walked just 5. But he hits Harrison on the first pitch of the game. Scholzen wears number 5. Panners in their red tops. It's a Alaska across the front. These snow-capped letters. Sockeyes in their gold jerseys. Let's say Sox across the front. And the blue caps. Here's the 2-0. And a bunt is popped up, and a great leaping grab by the first baseman Swigert coming in from first. So Scholzen has to sacrifice or maybe sneak on with a bunt single, but at any rate, he pops it up. And a nice athletic play by Swigert to make the catch. Scholzen out number 1 and brings up Tyson Reese. Another one of the newer Goldpanners, Reese, off to a 5 for 15 start at the plate. No score, bottom of the first inning. Panners scored 5 in the first inning yesterday. Hung on for that 8-7 win. Our guest yesterday on PannerVision was Alex Garcia. We'll be having another surprise guest today, one you won't want to miss. And it'll be a swan song of sorts, so I'll drop those clues out there. Reese, freshman from Cal Riverside. Drop another hint. Throw to first, runner back safely. 1-1 on Reese with Matthew Chavez to follow. Jacob Badawi will bat 5th. The designated hitter tonight is Holt Williams in the 6th spot. Then it's Rocco Caballero, Alex Garcia, and Hayden Iverson. Ground ball right side. Miranda will try to go to second and is able to get the force out there. Close play. Reese on with the fielder's choice, 2 down, brings up Matthew Chavez. Defensively for the Sockeyes, it's Junior Garcia catching. Trey Swigert at first, Christian Miranda at second base. Justin Timms is the shortstop. Austin Takahashi at third. Hiroto Kobayashi out in left field, Kevin Brecky in center, and Chris Parkin in right. Sockeyes played a good game last night defensively. Pretty clean. Goldpanners had a collection of errors, 4 of them. And Sockeyes were hit the ball pretty good last night as well, but so did the Goldpanners, who had each team had 9 base hits. Goldpanners eking out that 8-7 win despite those 4 errors. The 0-1 is lined down the right field side, foul. Head coach Brett Latchman ejected last night for arguing foul fair calls that happened back to back. Home runs in the game last night, one for Rocco Caballero, his first of the year, and also one for Gabe Monosmith. Monosmith's home run was one of those questionable fair foul plays. He hit the highest arcing home run I've perhaps ever seen at this park. Right down the left field line, and it was really hard to tell from here if it was fair or foul. It was ruled fair, and then a play later, there was a double down the right field line that was also ruled fair, and that was it for Latchman. He had seen enough. Swing and a miss. Strikeout of Chavez ends the first inning. No score after 1 from Growden. Junior Garcia will lead off for the Sockeyes as we go to the top of inning number 2. Garrow Von Dane welcoming you back to beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska on a gorgeous night for baseball here, a Thursday night. It's game 2 of 5, and it's popped up by Garcia, and the shortstop Harrison calls for it and will make the catch. 4 up and 4 down for the starting pitcher, Trey Peters. And again, he's had a marvelous year for the Goldpanners, and this is his last start of the summer.
Designated hitter, Ty Martinez.
And here's Ty Martinez, the designated hitter. Panners lost Mikey Bell a couple of nights ago. He leaves after putting up an average of .411 this year and a run contribution percentage of .254. So big loss there, and the Goldpanner defense trying to adjust due to his loss as everyone gets shuffled around. And you could see some of the pains yesterday, but hopefully have that all sorted out now. And Grant Schulzen gets the start at third. And Harrison back to short after playing third base yesterday. The 2-1 delivery to Martinez, the designated hitter in the 5 spot. University of South Virginia. And it's ball 4, 5-pitch walk to Martinez, the first base runner for the Sockeyes. No score
Coming to the plate
here in the top of inning number 2.
Christian Miranda.
Summer is back here, feels great. We had a long period of wildfire smoke while we were down in Grand Forks playing at the Grand Forks International in British Columbia. And as soon as we got back, the rains came and did not let up for about a week. And it was cool here with temperatures in the 40s at times. The sun graced us yesterday and again here tonight. The 0-1 pitch to Christian Miranda, runner at first and 1 down. Makes a strike, 0-2. Interesting to see in the big leagues today, Paul Skeens, the rookie sensation for the Pittsburgh Pirates, goes 7 innings, throws 99 pitches of no-hit baseball, and then pulled from the game. It's stoked a lot of tensions and controversy about this interesting 100-pitch mark, this arbitrary line. I don't know who came up with number 100 being the line, the limit. But taking care of their investment, or taking care of what will be a future Yankee or Dodger or someone like that, because the Pirates won't be able to sign him. But he is, if you haven't watched Paul Skeens yet, he is absolutely sensational. The 2-2 is called strike 3. Trey Peters, not too shabby himself here tonight so far. 4th strikeout of the first 6 batters he's faced. And now here's Chris Parkin with 2 down and a runner at first base. Chris Parkin, right fielder for the Sawtooth Sockeyes out of Central Arizona. Wouldn't want to be there right now with the heat that they're getting. We are just fine being right here in Fairbanks. Glad you can join us on PannerVision. If you're in the area, come out. Come down to the field. What a great way to spend a Thursday night. And we've got games for you tomorrow night and Saturday night. Those will be both 7 p.m. starts. We had questions last night on the YouTube chat about the lights here. Yeah, we have these light poles around here, but the lights haven't worked in decades, and we never use them anyway, never need them anyway, so, but they look nice, don't they? And this facility still has the distinction of being the state's largest outdoor lighted facility.
Now coming to the plate, number 27.
Ball 4 to Parkin, so a couple of walks in the inning. Panner pitchers walked 9 in the game last, or not 9, what was it? 8 in the game last night. Here's Justin Timms with 2 down and 2 on, trying to get the Sockeyes on the board. And he will float one right to second base. Caballero snags it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, couple of left on. Played 1.5, no score. Goldpanners and Sockeyes. That's Bam Bam Burnley on cameras. I'm Garrow Von Dane.
Number 42.
Glad to see everybody checking in on the YouTube page. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. Should be a fun series. Been a good start to it. Excellent ball game last night with the Panners hanging on for the 8-7 win. Tonight, no scores. We go to the bottom of the second. Jacob Badawi will try to spark some Goldpanner offense here. Neither team with a base hit yet. And Badawi, bit of a drought, 2 for his last 16 for Jacob. Here's the 0-1 from Broden Palmer. Misses for ball 1, 1-1 on Jacob Badawi. Junior from Cal Riverside out of Montclair, California. Swings and fouls this one off. And remember, you can follow the Goldpanners on the social media sites. Saw some great stuff from McKinley on the Facebook page today. And lots of cool stuff from Instagram and TikTok. Swing and a miss, but Dowie strikes out. Dima is our bat boy today. His first bat boy experience.
Holt Williams.
He's pretty excited. Who wouldn't be? Holt Williams, the designated hitter. Freshman from Cal Irvine out of Camas, Washington. A little breezy here tonight. It's been more windy than past summers. June was really windy. But we can't really complain much. Holt Williams with 1 out and the bases empty here in the bottom of the second inning. YouTube chat, see Brian Carlson checking in, greeting everyone. And Jack Murray from Central Arizona. Larry Carr, of course, down in Marietta, Georgia. Ken Doyle watching from Orange County. Or as we say in Pittsburgh, Orange County. A lot of great music came out of there, from out of there in the 1970s and 80s. Swing and a miss. That is 3 consecutive strikeouts for Broden Palmer. Remember, he has a lot of Ks. 22 in 13 2/3 this year coming in. Here's Rocco Caballero, Goldpanner second baseman. Out of San Jose State, a home run last night, his first of the year. Takes upstairs. Thank you, Jack. Asking about my day. It was wonderful. Another day in paradise here in Fairbanks. Haven't started the mental countdown yet for the end of the summer, but it'll start soon, unfortunately. We'll just enjoy it as much as we can. Here's the 2-ball pitch. Ground ball left side. Timms, tough play here, throwing across and unable to dig it out of the turf as Swigert Made every attempt at it. Safe at first base is Caballero. And here's Alex Garcia now. Panners have a 2-out base runner in the second inning.
Alex Garcia.
Garcia, our PannerVision guest yesterday, 4 for his last 8. A couple of RBIs in that span and 2 runs scored. Sophomore. He's actually a junior from Kansas Wesleyan. Sophomore is on this roster, but he's got 1 year left. Kansas Wesleyan, the North Pole, Alaska native. Here's the 1-ball pitch. And it's called ball 2 from Growden Palmer, who's off to a good start. Garcia awaiting the 2-ball pitch with 2 down, runner at first. Chopper back to the mound. Palmer's got it in the glove, reaching high to get it, and we'll just take the baseball himself to first for the 1 unassisted. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We've played 2 complete. We're scoreless from Growden.
Leading off the top of the third, number 14, third baseman, Austin Takahashi.
Takahashi puts a bunt down, but Peters will throw him out as the bunt came back towards the mound. Peters able to throw him out.
Back to the top of the lineup, left fielder.
In 1 pitch, 1 down here in the top of the third. Neither team with a base hit so far. And Lynn Hines is in the house. Our old friend Lynn Hines, long-time Fairbanks resident, moved down to Arizona, helped out with the club for many years along with her husband Al, her late husband. And good to see Lynn back in the facility. Waving up here to the press box. Getting a break from that Arizona heat. 3-0 on Hiroto Kobayashi. Promise no hot dog eating jokes. 3-ball pitch, and a strike is called. We will have a special PannerVision guest coming up in just a little bit. You don't want to miss this one. You don't want to miss any of them. And if you do, they're all archived on the YouTube page. I just reposted on my Twitter the interviews with Dave Winfield and Senator Lisa Murkowski from the Midnight Sun game. That's ball 4, close one. 3rd walk issued by Peters. Just put those on my Twitter page, @VoiceOfGman, where I also put lineups and Panner news. So you can follow me there. Goldpanners Twitter is not operating right now. but the Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are. Kevin Brecky, strikeout victim in the first, and he hits this one hard to right, but just a few steps back for Badawi to make the catch. 2 down for Trey Swigert with a runner at first base. Swigert also a strikeout victim in the first. 4 strikeouts for Trey Peters, and this is last start as a Goldpanner this summer. From Clarkdale, Arizona, near the wine country of Arizona. And what a nice young man he is, man. He's been fun to have on this team. I know I keep saying that about the players on the Goldpanners this summer, but really just a fun, easygoing, easy to manage group. We've lost a few in the past week or two, and we're adding a few and have been. Off the glove of Chavez, and he recovers, though, to throw out the runner who tried to take second. Nice throw, Matthew Chavez. 2.5, still scoreless.
Leading off the bottom of the third, number 22, center fielder, Hayden Iverson.
Hayden Iverson leads off for Fairbanks, the redshirt junior from University of Colorado at Colorado Springs, Fort Collins native. On a beautiful night here at Growden Memorial Park, swings and chops this one foul. Iverson trying to break out of an 0 for 19 slump. Goldpanners coached by Brett Latchman, second-year field manager, assisted by Carlos Gonzalez. Also in his second year, and Nick Rush out of UNLV in his first Goldpanner season. Sockeyes coached by Larry Price, longtime high school head coach in Idaho and scout in the Red Sox organization, as well as the Brewers. Jared Robinette, the assistant coach for the Sockeyes. Here's the 1-1 to Iverson, who's been snake bit during this slump, but he's so valuable with the glove. Got to keep him in the lineup. He'll get the bat going. Iverson, then Harrison and Scholzen. Takes a ball, gets a hitter-friendly count here at 3-1 against Growden Palmer. The 3-1, way outside, ball 4. So Iverson draws the base on balls. Goldpanners have the leadoff man aboard here in the third inning. Big days yesterday for
Coming to the plate,
Griffin Harrison, Matthew Leiterman, and Jesse Espinoza, all with 2-hit games.
$707, Brad.
And here's Griffin Harrison. 2 for 4 last night with a double and a run scored. Sophomore from Cosumnes River Junior College. And a strike is called. Panners with the leadoff man aboard for the second time in the game. Have not had a runner reach second yet, but we're only in the bottom of the third inning. After the Sockeyes series, it's the Berkovich Honors team. Swing and a miss, 0-2, and then the Team Philippines close out the regular season here at home before we head to Salt Lake City for the Marshall Gates World Series. Already making arrangements to meet up with friends down there from the old college days at the University of Utah. A couple of Utes on this Sawtooth roster. Some Utah Tech guys. Utah Tech, formerly known as Dixie State University. Before that, Dixie Junior College. The 0-2 from Palmer. He misses for a ball. Our head engineer, Chris Carlson, checking in from just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska, Husker country, as the Griswold family trip continues through the western United States. Throw to first base, runner back safely.
Boring.
Nebraska's a large state. Man, I love that Husker football program under former coach Tom Osborne. Loved watching that option attack, especially when they had quarterback Tommy Frazier. Much different program now and style of offense in NCAA football. Not going to see much of the option except maybe with Air Force and the Armed Forces schools. Runner takes off from first, way outside. Iverson slides in safely. Stolen bag for Hayden Iverson. Into scoring position with still nobody out, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Harrison. He's been swinging the bat well. Scholzen to follow. No Bubba Rocha in the lineup, and again Mikey Bell has departed. See what kind of offense the Goldpanners can put together here with a much different look. Strike 3 called. Harrison doesn't like it, and he'll have to take a seat, and Scholzen will stand in. Grant went 0 for 4 yesterday at the top of the order with a walk.
Third baseman, Grant Scholzen.
So looking for his first Goldpanner base hit. He'll be followed by Tyson Reese. Our good friend Danny Vaziri is back, as we had hoped, helping out for the rest of the season here at Growden. You hear him sometimes on giveaways on the mic, but does so much more. No score here, bottom of the third, 1 out, runner at second base. Growden Palmer working to Grant Scholzen. 4 strikeouts for Palmer. Deals outside for a ball, it's 1-1. Beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska, 150 miles south of the Arctic Circle. This is outside. Fairbanks founded when the Lavelle Young, the sterner, got stuck here in the Chena River. They were trying to get to the Tanana River, the bigger, much bigger river that the Chena feeds into, and ran aground. He wanted to set up a trading post on the Tanana. Strike called but got stuck, and the owner of the ship said, well, get your crap out of here, and I got to get this ship back. And E.T. Barnett, not thrilled with that, argued the whole time, but unloaded the ship in what is now Fairbanks, Alaska. Here's the 2-2. Pop back and out of play. A couple of miners up in the hills that were very hungry saw him and came racing down, and then everybody was happy to see some supplies around. And this was 1901. You didn't take your Fairbanks history lessons, Bam Bam?
Chris taught me this, and I still.
Chris taught you and you still don't know it? This is embarrassing.
I know this
Chris
book.
is shaking his head right now
Oh, he definitely.
in Nebraska. He's disgusted. He's getting bit by chiggers, and now he feels like a failure. Bam Bam. Yeah, Chris is a teacher, by the way, if you didn't catch on to that. In addition to his glorious PannerVision career. Here's the 3-2 to Scholzen, runner at second base with one out. Checks the runner a couple of times, and now time is called. Scholzen the batter with one out. On deck, Tyson Reese. So he set up the trading post here, and then gold was discovered in the area, and then lo and behold, everyone came pouring up here, and Fairbanks was officially incorporated in 1903. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Scholzen. So that was 1903. In 1906, they played the very first Midnight Sun game in Fairbanks, and it has been played every single year on the solstice.
Tyson Reese.
And we had the 119th edition this past June, with the Goldpanners defeating the Seattle Studs 10-4. Goldpanners picked up the tradition of playing on the Midnight Sun game when they were founded in 1960. Chopper to the mound, and the 1-3 putout ends the Goldpanner half of the third. We'll go to the fourth. Still scoreless, Goldpanners and Sockeyes. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. Garrow Von Dane with you live. Hope you're enjoying the start to this series between the Goldpanners and visiting Sawtooth Sockeyes from the state of Idaho. Wonderful state. Just above Utah. Spent a lot of years going to Winterfest in McCall, Idaho, and causing all sorts of problems. Here's the 2-ball pitch, and it is smashed into the gap in right center field. That's a base hit. The first hit of the game for either team, and it belongs to Trey Swigert. And that will bring up Junior Garcia.
Junior Garcia.
Catcher for the Sockeyes. Popped up to short in the second inning. No score as we start the top of inning number 4. Not a lot of people know this one. You probably don't either, Bam Bam, since you paid no attention to Chris Carlson's history class about the town you live in. But do you know where Fairbanks got its name?
It's Fairbanks.
Nope. Gosh. Chris is crying again. He's on all fours, crying into his hands. In a cornfield in Nebraska. Don't do anything stupid, Chris. We'll get through this. Ball and a strike on Garcia. Fairbanks was not named after Banks or Banks being fair. Bam Bam. It's a very poor guess. Here's the 1-1. And it's hit towards short. Harrison scoops, throws the second on to first. And the 6-4-3 double play. 2 down. Brings up Ty Martinez, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter, Ty Martinez.
Fairbanks was named. They decided to name the town after a senator from the state of Indiana in hopes of getting some attention from Washington. He was a senior senator and eventually a vice presidential candidate. And so it was pretty arbitrary. There was just a senator they knew, and hey, maybe he'll send some stuff our way up here to Alaska if we name the town after him. Charles Fairbanks never once set foot in Fairbanks, Alaska, and yet here we are with everything named after him. But that's like in Pittsburgh, everything's named Duquesne. Duquesne University and Duquesne this and that. There was a Fort Duquesne there named after a French marquis, Marquis Duquesne, who also never set foot anywhere near Pittsburgh and still has everything named after him. So I guess it happens all the time. Here's the 2-1 from Peters, and it's fouled back. Two and two, 2 outs, and now the base is empty after the double play ball from Garcia, induced by Trey Peters. And the 2-2, swing and a miss, strikes him out. Trey Peters scoreless through 4 innings of work. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, still 0-0. Matthew Chavez leads off for Fairbanks. Bottom of the 4th inning. Garrow Von Dane welcoming you back to Growden Memorial Park here in beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska. Hope you enjoyed your Fairbanks history lesson. Hope Burnley remembers it this time. No score, Goldpanners and Sockeyes. Now this area was settled in 1901, but it wasn't the first time people were here. Obviously, native tribes passed through here for thousands and thousands of years, way before any of the white folks came up here. 3 balls and no strikes. Growden Palmer working to Matthew Chavez, Badawi, and Williams, 4, 5, and 6 spots in the batting order. The Athabascan natives prevalent in this part of Alaska, the interior. And at the university here on the edge of town, they have found a lot of articles and objects from 3,500 years ago. Around Fort Wainwright, here on the other side of Fairbanks, they have found 10,000-year-old tools and objects. So people have been coming here for many thousands of years. Ball 4 to Chavez. 3rd time in the game the Goldpanners had the leadoff man aboard. Hayden Iverson reached second when he stole in the 3rd inning. But that's been it. The Goldpanners still looking for their first base hit. See if Jacob Badawi can find an empty spot. Ball and no strikes. Growden Palmer's done excellent work so far in the start for the Sockeyes. Swing and a miss from Badawi. Charge. Badawi, a .250 hitter on the year. Chops this one to 3rd. Over to 2nd for 1. And the 5-4-3 double play takes out Chavez and Badawi. That one almost caught Takahashi. Came up high. The bounce came up a little higher than he was expecting. Had to get the glove up there quickly and then still turn 2. Holt Williams, strikeout victim in the 2nd. Nothing in 2. Williams batting .300. Chops this one foul. We had 18 combined hits last night. Tonight, 1. The 0-2. Outside for a ball. Another good crowd here tonight. Should have some fantastic crowds over the weekend. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. 6 strikeouts for Growden Palmer through 4. No score. Goldpanners and Sockeyes got a good one going here in Fairbanks. Christian Miranda will lead off for the Sawtooth Sockeyes. We go to inning number 5 of this scoreless ball game. Miranda, a 3-for-5 night in game 1 against the Goldpanners. Pops this one back and out of play.
Oh, goody! My aluminum Q36 explosive space modulator.
Miranda, the Sockeyes second baseman, struck out looking in the second inning. 5th inning of work for the starting pitcher, Trayson Peters, out of Gonzaga. In this his final start for the Goldpanners this summer. Goldpanners lost Cooper Bagby last week for the summer. Mentioned Mikey Bell will have made some additions, and David Butler, who pitched last night. Grant Scholzen, who we've talked about. Tyson Reese is a relative newcomer. Two balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff spot here in the 4th. Miranda followed by Parkin and then Timms. No runs, 1 hit for the Sockeyes. No runs, no hits for the Goldpanners. Lined right past Peters into center field. Second hit of the game for the Sockeyes, and a good start to the series for Miranda continues. As he's now 4 for 7.
Chris Parkin.
Here's Chris Parkin. Parkin walked in the second inning, and he puts a bunt down, but it pops back too far for Chavez to get to it. Let's see what he does here with 1 strike. Central Arizona, a right-handed hitter. Beautiful sunny night here in Fairbanks. Come on out if you're close. Ground ball. Caballero to the bag for 1. On to first. A 4-6-3 double play. We're seeing a double play show here these last couple innings. Brings up Justin Timms with 2 down and the bases empty. This is a new turf, much different. The turf last year caught visiting teams by surprise. It was an old AstroTurf laid down in '85, and the ball would stay down. And you'd see visiting teams have trouble with it in the first game before being able to adjust. And now the new field turf here. And all these guys have played on fields like this before. Maybe not this close to the Arctic Circle, but a similar familiar surface. Natural grass in the outfield. The plywood that makes up the outfield wall made up the crates that carried parts of the Alaska pipeline up here. And they've been recycled and used as the outfield fence here. You can, there's a couple of spots around town where you can go see the pipeline itself. Yep, still in operation. 2-2 here with 2 down. The base is empty for Justin Timms, who lined out to second in his first at bat. Swing and a miss. Peters strikes him out. 6 strikeouts for Peters. A couple of right-handers putting on a show here. Palmer and Peters will head to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless.
Caballero.
Rocco Caballero leads off. Bottom of the fifth inning. Panners trying to get some offense going here. Still looking for their first base hit off of Growden Palmer. Palmer has struck out 6 through 4. He has walked 2 and also hit a batter. 3 times the Goldpanners have had the leadoff man aboard. All 3 times unable to score. Good pitching duel here between Palmer and Peters on a beautiful Thursday night in Fairbanks. Caballero reached on an error in the second inning. Garcia to follow, then Hayden Iverson. The 0-2 is chopped foul. Checking in on the YouTube chat. A lot of you roasting alive in triple digits down in Arizona and California. Jack Murray asking if the big white bus is the team bus. If you're talking about the bus that came down 2nd Avenue, no, those are the tour buses that are ever present here in the summer. This one is hit into left center field on the run, and making the catch is Brecky. It looked like neither wanted it for a moment, then Brecky made the catch. Well hit ball by Caballero.
Left fielder, Alex.
Is out number 1, and here's Alex Garcia. The visiting team travels back and forth to where they stay, to the field on an old school bus. This one is hit high into center field, and again, out number 2. Yeah, Ken Doyle.
Coming to the plate.
Oh, you had Lavelle's on the ground floor of the hotel? Yeah, Lavelle's. Is that Lavelle's Tap House? One of the cooler, relatively new spots here in Fairbanks. Kind of felt weird going in there the first time. It felt like I was walking into a trendy place in Seattle, not downtown Fairbanks. But yeah, Lavelle's a great spot downtown. Very small downtown here in Fairbanks, as you might imagine. Here's the 1-0 to Hayden Iverson, who walked his first time up. Takes a strike. Jack Murray asking if the schools send players. Are they invited? It's kind of a little bit of both. They're recruited by these coaches, the coach of the Goldpanners, and then the schools are also looking for places to place their players. That one is hooking foul for Iverson. But the Goldpanners are always actively out looking for players for their roster, especially when it comes to a situation where you start losing guys middle of the summer. The coaches are on the phones like crazy, talking to all their friends in the coaching ranks, looking for guys. You got a third baseman, you got a catcher, you got a pitcher. Chopped left side on a couple of hops, Takahashi. In time to first. 1-2-3 go the Goldpanners here in the 5th. Palmer 5 scoreless for the Sockeyes.
Takahashi.
Head of the 6th inning here from Sunbathed Growden Memorial Park. Garo Von Dane live here in Fairbanks. Great to have you with us. Following Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision, back on YouTube this year. Remember to hit the subscribe button at the top of the page. Strike is called on Austin Takahashi in the 9 spot. A scoreless game that moves into the 6th. New pitcher into the game. That's all for Trayson Peters. Here's Brandon Weiland. Brandon Weiland, the freshman from Cypress Junior College. Had a good year for Cypress this year. We'll be back there again this coming year under Goldpanner assistant Carlos Gonzalez, who coaches at Cypress. And also former Goldpanner coach Anthony Hudding with the Chargers. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Takahashi, and he misses downstairs for a ball. That's all for Trayson Peters in his Goldpanner finale. 5 excellent scoreless innings, allowed just 2 base hits, struck out 6 and walked 3. Grounded right side, fielded by Reese, who steps on the bag to take care of Takahashi, 1 down. So Trey Peters ends his Goldpanners season with 25 1/3 innings and 4 earned runs given up. Pretty remarkable for the youngster from Clarkdale, Arizona. And I've gotten word that our secret guest will be joining us here at the half-inning break. Has anyone guessed it yet? I threw some clues out there, but it will not be Brandon Weiland. Here's the 1-strike pitch. This is down and away, ball 1. 1-1 here. Weiland in relief of Trey Peters in the top of the 6th inning. The Sockeyes no runs on 2 hits, 1 error. The Goldpanners no runs, no hits. Swing and a miss. Weiland 1-2 on Kobayashi. 0 for 1 is Hiroto with a walk so far in the game. At the top of the order, Kevin Brecky to follow. Ugh. Panners thought it was strike 3. Said it's 2-2, just missing off the plate. And Weiland, the right-hander, readies. The 2-2 delivery is popped high and out of play. 0-0 score here.
That ball sponsored by the Goldpanners.
Weiland trying to take care of Kobayashi, and the 2-2 delivery again is downstairs, ball 3. Weiland, Anaheim, California product. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brecky 0 for 2 in the game, or rather Kobayashi 0 for 1 in the game, and he strikes out. That'll bring up Brecky with 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Our PannerVision guest will join us when we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Kevin Brecky.
And maybe he'll spark some offense by being up here in the booth. Weiland making his 7th appearance. He's thrown 15 2/3 coming in and allowed 7 earned runs on 16 hits. Had a tough outing his last time against the Ventura County Pirates. 3 2/3, 5 earned runs. Otherwise, he's been pretty solid this summer for Fairbanks. Brecky 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out to right. With the bases empty and 2 down, takes downstairs, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. I see my guest forgot to bring something upstairs that circumstances intervened. That makes me sad, but I'll cheer up. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down. Fighting to stay alive here is Brecky with the bases empty against Brandon Weiland. We'll see if Growden Palmer comes out for the bottom of inning number 6. Lined out of play.
Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Right-hander throwing in the Goldpanner pen as well. Panners used a lot of pitching last night in game 1 of the series. Here's the 2-2. And it misses 3 balls and 2 strikes. Goldpanners used 5 arms. Wade Lawson, Ryan Latchman. They used David Butler, also Logan Drummond back in town. Recent addition, second-year Goldpanner, and Nolan Smith who got the save. That one is grounded softly over the mound. Charging it is Harrison, scooping, throwing, and he gets Brecky at first base. 1, 2, 3. Weiland takes care of the Sockeyes. Our PannerVision guest when we come back for the bottom of the 6th, 0-0 game. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision, and Growden Palmer has pitched a marvelous game for the Sockeyes so far. He has not allowed a Goldpanner run or base hit so far as we go to the bottom of inning number 6, 0-0 game. Griffin Harrison leads off at the top of the order, followed by Grant Scholzen and Tyson Reese. And Harrison swings and bloops this one, and it's tracked down on the grass by Swigert, backing up over at first base. So 1 pitch, 1 down. Harrison 0 for 2 so far in the game, and we are now joined by a very special guest here on PannerVision in the press box. It's none other than Goldpanner head coach Brett Latchman. Latch, welcome to the press box, man.
Thanks for having me up here, G-Man. It's been a while. Finally got up here with you.
Yeah, you came up last year, but I think that was with general manager John Lorkey when he was filling in for me. So this is our first time to chat publicly here on the air rather than over at Panner Manor or on the bus or a plane or anything like that. But great view up here and everything. And Latch is Scholzen bats here with 2 down. I haven't spilled the beans, so you're going to have to do so yourself here on the air. Some news to report.
Was it that Palmer's got a no-hitter going?
That's already – you're not supposed to say that, man.
I thought it was okay if it was the other team.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's pitched really well. He's kept us off balance and throwing extremely well. This is a good team we're playing. They're probably the best team we've played this season.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Yeah.
saying something.
Yeah.
Well, we were wondering, you know, you never know with these teams when they come to town, especially if they play against teams that you're not familiar with. But they were impressive last night, good defensively, could hit the ball, and doing a good job again here tonight. And it's 0-2 on Scholzen. And, yeah, Palmer has been marvelous tonight. Panners have not really threatened at all in this game, and without a base hit, it's hard to threaten.
Yeah, he's throwing well. His breaking ball is good. He's changing speeds, and he's throwing pretty hard too. Kind of a funky delivery, like a 3/4 slot, and he's throwing across his body a little bit, giving our hitters a lot of trouble.
Scholzen trying to get on base with one out. Reese to follow, and that one is fouled back and out of play. So, you know, the latter part of your second tour with the Goldpanners.
Yeah. Yeah, and what you were alluding to earlier is I've accepted a position with UC Riverside as their pitching coach.
As Scholzen strikes out.
And so I've got to, unfortunately, I have to leave early to go down and start recruiting for them. So this is actually my last game in Fairbanks as the manager of the Goldpanners. So bittersweet, but it's been a great ride. Enjoyed. The people have been amazing. The vibe up here is awesome, and you know, we talk all the time, and I've had a great time, and I love Alaska, and so does my family.
Well, it's a real bummer for us, obviously, and for the team, and everyone you've come across here in Fairbanks, but obviously understandable, and it's part of summer baseball. You know, the players are looking for new schools in a lot of cases, and sometimes coaches are get opportunities as well. And this one at Riverside comes up, and Riverside has had their struggles over the years.
Definitely.
So you're stepping into quite a situation there. But what kind of coach doesn't like a good challenge?
That's, you know what, I'm 50-something years old, and we've talked before, and I you know, it was a question, did I want to have a nice, comfortable job back home or challenge myself? And I decided, let's go ahead and do it. And yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, but I'm excited to do it. We got a couple of Panners play for UC Riverside.
Yeah, I was going to get into that, and we'll have to wait for next inning because that high fly ball off the bat of Tyson Reese is caught in left by Kobayashi. Panners still hitless through 6, but we are scoreless. Headed to the 7th more with former head coach, Brett Latchman when we return. Growden Memorial Park, Fairbanks, Alaska. What a ball game. Pitchers duel. We have not seen the likes of yet this year. And Goldpanners have already gone to their pen after Trey Peters goes 5 scoreless. Brandon Weiland now moving into his second inning of work in relief. And Growden Palmer for the Sockeyes has pitched 6 scoreless, hitless innings. And we go to inning number 7 here, final third of the ball game. Weiland on the hill facing Swigert, Garcia, and then Martinez, 3, 4, and 5 spots in the batting order. And Goldpanner head coach Brett Latchman breaking the news here tonight on PannerVision that he has accepted a job at Cal Riverside, and this is his last day with the Goldpanners. You said, used the word bittersweet. Can you go into that a little bit, why it's bittersweet?
You're trying to make this your Barbara Walters moment, aren't you, Garrow?
Haven't even gotten there yet,
Oh,
baby.
man. Well, this game's going so fast you might not get to it.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? It's been – the players have been great. The Carlos Gonzalez, who's going to take over my duties as head coach, he's been awesome. He's been here for 2 years. Nick Rush, he came in for Jack Gonzalez this year, and he's been outstanding. And like I said earlier, the players have been amazing both years, fun to be around, and really they've embraced not only enjoying playing baseball, but also the I guess you'd call it the outdoors life here, where you're fishing, or that looked like a pretty good pitch. You're fishing, hiking. We played a lot of golf in Canada, and so it's just been a fun ride, and the people are great. They're very welcoming, even to California people, which you don't get all over the United States. So, yeah, it's really refreshing up here. I'm amazed how you guys do the winters up here, but yeah. And the summer weather up here is incredible, too. I mean, it was raining this morning, but now look at it.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous here tonight. Trey Swigert draws the base on balls. Now Junior Garcia standing in. Goldpanner head coach Brett Latchman here joining us on PannerVision for the first time. And, you know, it's got to be special for you, too, Brett, to get a chance to coach your own son here in Fairbanks for 2 summers. Not a lot of guys get that opportunity. Bunt is put down, and Weiland.
There we go.
We'll go to first. Sacrifice, though, moves the runner to second base.
Yeah, actually, I've gotten to coach Ryan this summer and last summer. And then also, if you remember, my older son Jake came up. He's a good baseball guy, and he came up and helped coach with us last year. He even had to play a couple games in some emergency situations. So, yeah, it's been a family – it's been a family adventure up here, and my wife's come up both summers, and she loves it up here. And I know my mom and my dad are always listening to you too, so they're big Giro fans. As Carlos goes out, looks like he's taking Weiland out.
So Weiland's probably going to come out. Speaking of Carlos, I have to get some. Let me see here, Carlos. I have to get some shout-outs to the Gonzalez boys, his nephews that are watching. Tomas, Isaiah, and Victor, is that right? All the way in Lompoc, California. So that's it for Brandon Weiland, and we are going to have a pitching change here. And that's going to do it for Weiland, but we may as well keep it right here.
Okay.
And the new pitcher into the game is going to be Paxton Fenberg, it looks like. So Weiland exits after an inning and a third, and Fenberg will come in. So speaking of Carlos Gonzalez, he's taken over the head duties now. Carlos has been your assistant both of these seasons here, and it's not going to be a huge transition for him at this point because he's done a lot of coaching for this team as well. You've allowed him to do a lot. He's more than just an assistant.
Yeah, no, Carlos, let's see. He's the associate head coach. He's the general manager, assistant general manager, director of player personnel, organizer of fun. So, although that could be your title as well. Yeah, no, Carlos, Carlos does, if you watch the Panners every day, a lot of people probably think Carlos is the head coach. That's what Jake used to tell me last year. And he does so much, and what he's really, really good at is getting players up here. He's amazing. As you know, pitchers reach their pitch limits, or the schools don't want them to throw past 20 innings, or, a kid gets a certain amount of at-bats, and then stuff happens back home with families. And so you're constantly trying to replace guys, and Carlos has a big network. So he's been amazing at replacing players. So along with everything else, and he's a very good baseball mind, or he's a bad baseball mind. We agree on a lot of stuff, so we both think we're really smart. Maybe we're not, but we think we're smart.
Well, it's been a fun pairing to watch, and then with Nick Rush in the mix this year as well. You've got 3 very different personalities that all seem to mesh quite well. I'm not sure how it all works out that way, but I think that boils down to attitude.
Yeah, it's just been it's a good dynamic, and at Panner Manor there's always something going on upstairs. Somebody might be sleeping, but there's usually 2 people awake to talk about music or baseball or UFOs, whatever. We've discussed everything over there.
We've covered a lot.
Yes, we
covered
have.
a lot. We've discussed our plans for this evening, which may or may not go on the air. Probably not.
My mom's listening. I'm going to get in trouble.
We're going to watch Mr. Rogers episodes back to back to back.
Lots of iced tea.
Well, drinking iced tea or listening to iced tea?
We could do a little of both.
A little both?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Iced Tea's playing in Anchorage this summer.
Is he really?
The Body Count, his metal band.
Oh, nice. Nice.
2 balls and a strike here. Paxton Fenberg working to tie Martinez with a runner at second base. Still scoreless here in the top of the 7th. And the Sockeyes trying to get on the board with 1 out. Fenberg, 3 balls and 1 strike. Paxton's been fun to watch this summer, Latch.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I'm good friends with his pitching coach at Gonzaga, and he recommended him. He didn't get to pitch a whole lot during the regular season, but this is what summer's all about. He's getting his innings, and he's going to get an opportunity tonight to stretch himself out a little bit. It was a nice pitch on the inner part of the plate right there.
Swing and a miss, 3-2. But Latch, did you have fun in Grand Forks?
Yeah, that's a fun tournament. And the kids get to go on the lake, and this year I didn't go on the lake. I was playing golf with my arch rival Alex Garcia, playing left field tonight. We've had some battles through the last couple years, as on the golf course, both here at Chena Bend and down in Canada, and even in Medford. So he probably doesn't want me to mention his record against me on the air, which is, I think he's 1-5 or 1-6. I'm not sure how I let him beat me that one time. Or something.
Yeah. 2 aboard as Martinez draws the walk. Still 1 down. Fenberg will now work to Miranda, who's 1 for 2 in the game. So Paxton facing the left-handed hitting Miranda as the Sox are trying to scratch that first run of the game across, and this one's popped back and out of play. And we alluded to it a little bit, Latch, but striking that balance for the players in summer ball of what's your outlook there? Because you want them to be serious about their game, but you also want them to have fun, and there's that balance.
Yeah, it's something that I start talking to them about once I know they're on the team. Breaking ball in the dirt right there. Once they know they're on the team in March, I start talking to them, and I tell them there's 2 ways you can approach this season. You can come up here and get your work in, for sure, but then how are you going to approach the other, probably 16 hours a day?
High fly ball into left center field. Iverson will let Garcia make the catch. A very important out number 2 brings up Parkin.
And so I talked to him. You can stay at your host family's house all day and play video games, or you can get out and enjoy Alaska for 2 months. And we've really tried to promote that both years. Carlos, myself, and Nick as well, and they've embraced it. And as you know, last year they caught a ton of fish, and this year kids have been fishing, hiking. Paxton went hiking in shorts yesterday, and he got bit. He probably has 300 mosquito bites on his legs. I'm not exaggerating.
How did he not just turn around right away?
He's a tough kid. I would get my first mosquito bite, and I'm heading back. No, The back of his legs are the same color as his jersey right now.
The mosquito bites are brutal up here, too, because they itch like you wouldn't believe. They don't bite me anymore. I haven't been bit by a mosquito in years.
It's because we're old, Giro. Our skin's like leather.
That's true.
Yeah. It's hard to penetrate leather.
They don't want any bit of that blood that's coursing through our veins. Chris Parkin, the batter, 0 for 1 with a walk, is still trying to get a big base hit here for the Sockeyes in this scoreless 7th inning. 1-1 pitch foul back to the netting. Yeah, this team has really, as you said, embraced the outdoor life. They have just been out fishing and hiking and boating and golfing, but it's also huge to have 2 Fairbanks guys on the team, with Trotman and Garcia to really introduce them and guide them.
Yeah, and you can throw Ray in there, Ray Padilla, who's active military up here. They're so embracing of the players, and it's like mi casa, su casa. They invite them to, Trop invites them to their cabin. Alex is always organizing golf, and Trop's organizing fishing, and Ray's always getting the guys together to go fishing. So they're outstanding at doing that. Looks like we might have a new pitcher for the Sockeyes next game. Looks like that guy down in the bullpen's going in, so that might be good for the Panners.
Yep, a little change. Might help. Growden Palmer has dealt 6 hitless, scoreless innings so far for the Sockeyes.
Kind of ironic about the conversation we had today about Paul Skeens.
Exactly. I know I've been thinking about that throughout this game. And here we got another situation, although
it's a big pitch right here. Attaboy.
Got him looking. Fenberg strikes out Parkin, strands a couple of base runners. It's stretch time here in Fairbanks. Time to get out your kazoos. Let's get happy. We're scoreless at Growden.
That means it's time to get out of your seats. Pull out your kazoos. It's time for the 7th inning stretch.
I was walking on the street on a sunny day. A feeling in my bones says I have my way. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, is it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey, my little box spot got hit by a car. Put his guts in a box and put him in a drawer. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, is it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey. Forgot all about it for a month and a half. I looked in the drawer and started to laugh. Cause I'm a happy boy. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, ain't it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey.
The 7th inning stretch, sponsored by Lithia Chevrolet. Now pitching for the Sawtooth Sockeyes, number 49, Growden Lucas.
Happy Boy does his thing here at Growden, as he always does during the 7th inning stretch here in Fairbanks. And we are going to the bottom of the 7th, and a new pitcher, as you called, Brett Latchman. As that's all for Growden Palmer. He goes 6 scoreless, hitless innings, 7 strikeouts, couple walks. He's out of the game and makes way for number 49, Growden Lucas. And as you pointed out, like a Jim Abbott situation, it looks like here.
Looks like he's, not to assume things, but he doesn't have a right hand, and that glove, he puts his glove on and transfers it to the right arm after he throws the ball, and he does it seamlessly, it looks like.
Jim Abbott, major league pitcher with the California Angels at that time.
He pitched when he came up to the big leagues. My dad was the Angels pitching coach, so I'm pretty familiar with Jim Abbott.
Oh, yeah.
Straight from college, I believe. I don't think he spent any time in the minor leagues.
Do you remember where he played college?
Yeah, I do. Hail to the victors.
High fly ball, Chavez. And this will be tracked down by Parkin in right. Chavez quickly out number 1. Panners still looking for their first base hit in this 0-0 game.
My dad when I was growing up, my dad was a USC alum and he coached at USC, so naturally I had to be a Michigan fan because they always played USC in the Rose Bowl. So I was always, wanting to take the opposite side. So I was a bit, Jim Abbott going to University of Michigan. I was a big fan of his. And I have gotten to meet him. He's a really nice guy, and he's a great athlete. I think he was a quarterback in football. He hits the golf ball a mile. So,
jeez.
Yeah.
Your dad, of course, Marcel Latchman,
Yep.
and your uncle Rene Latchman. This one is lined to third.
Yep.
And scooped off the turf and the throw to first base, and quickly 2 down. Here's Badawi grounds out 5-3, brings up Holt Williams.
Yeah, and looks like Bubba's going to pinch hit.
So Bubba Rocha will pinch hit for Holt Williams.
And my dad's and Renee's brother Bill was a long time minor league coach and a couple years in the big leagues. He just passed away recently, but yeah. So all 3 of them spent a lot of time in the game. I should have paid more attention when I was younger.
Shouldn't we all have?
That's a good point.
Yeah. I paid attention, but just to nothing that would help me down the road. Bubba Rocha, the pinch hitter for the Goldpanners for Holt Williams here with 2 down. Bases empty off the new pitcher, Growden Lucas, Goldpanner head coach. Transitioning out of the head coaching duties, Brett Latchman announcing that he is departing the Goldpanners for duties at the newly accepted job at Cal Riverside as the pitching coach. And you mentioned some Goldpanners are going to be there if we have enough time here during this at-bat. Who are some of the guys that are going to be with you?
Jacob Badawi will be there. He's a returning player there, and also Griffin Harrison will be playing. He's playing for us as well. And the way he's played shortstop this summer, I'm pretty excited to have him back. And Badawi's done a good job for us in the outfield and swung the bat pretty well.
So you'll have some familiar faces.
Yeah, that's always nice. Good kids too. Both of them are fun kids. Both good sense of humor. And Badawi's only been here a while, and he's always causing trouble. In a good way.
3-1 pitch, grounded to short. Timms throws out Rocha. 1-2-3 go the Goldpanners for the 3rd consecutive inning. Still zeros after 7. More with Brett Latchman when we come back. Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision, a dandy of a ball game here on a gorgeous night in the golden heart of Alaska. As we go to the top of the 8th inning, still scoreless. Paxton Fenberg will try to keep it that way here in the top of the 8th. Work against Justin Timms, Austin Takahashi, then the top of the order, Hiritu Kobayashi. And Paxton Fenberg, 2nd inning of work now for the Goldpanners out of Gonzaga. Head coach Brett Latchman here in the press box joining us on PannerVision. Coach, some of your best memories over this past year and a half.
Going to Grand Forks both summers is ground ball to Griffin. That's my guy right there.
There he is.
Grand Forks has been great, and honestly, the day-to-day is fun. It's you know, you're hanging out with your buddies, with guys that you want to talk about the same things, and whether you're golfing or fishing or going out to dinner, it's just kind of the day-to-day that I really enjoy. Nothing really comes up as a magical moment over anything else.
Nice play by Fenberg. Little 1-3
You know what? The Midnight Sun game with the crowd and the way they do it with the flyover and all that production is probably one of the more memorable things that happens both summers that I've been up here. And especially the way they do it now compared to when I was up here before. It's really well done. John has done a good job reviving this place.
John Lorkey, general manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you make a good point there. It's the day-to-day. It's just sort of the lifestyle and kind of the easy nature of it.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
Just being around the guys and being around the field. And
I look like a strike.
These beautiful evenings in Fairbanks, and the nights sometimes never end here in Fairbanks.
They don't. It takes some getting it's a big adjustment, and I think it gives us an advantage over the visiting team. You know, these 21-year-old kids come up here, and after the game, the sun's open, and we can stay up all night. And you hope by the third game they're pretty tired, where our guys are somewhat acclimated, although I know they go fishing until 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes, which is great.
2 balls and 2 strikes. I go on my bike every day, and I go through downtown, and I see all the tourists that are there getting on and off buses, and it's really expensive to come up here, and people save, right over our heads.
Jeez.
That would have been a hell of a way to end the career here.
Holy moly.
I see these, they spend their life savings maybe or huge amounts of money, and they plan for years, and they come up here, and they're being bussed around and going to restaurants, and I don't take a day of that for granted here, and our guys are getting to enjoy this and really dig into Fairbanks and Alaska, and play baseball. I mean, what an opportunity. It's amazing, and I'm still thrilled to be doing it.
Yep, and another good inning by Paxton. So
strike 3 called.
This game's moving along, Gero.
We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Still no score. Goldpanners and Sockeyes. Panner ball here live from Growden Memorial Park, and Panners in the bottom of the 8th inning still looking for their first base hit. Now facing the reliever Graydon Lucas after Broden Palmer goes 6 scoreless hitless innings. Lucas now in his 2nd inning of work. He went through the Goldpanners 1-2-3 in the 7th 0-0 ball game, and Goldpanner outgoing head coach Brett Latchman here in the press box. I keep changing your title. And Rocco Caballero will try to find his way on. Caballero, Garcia, and Iverson, 7, 8, 9 spots in the order. This has been a great group of guys this year. Really just a fun, polite, friendly, awesome group to be around. I don't get to spend too much time with the guys until we're on the road.
Right.
And then I get to know them a little bit better, and really had a fun time in Grand Forks.
Yeah, they're a fun group of guys. And it's crazy baseball, you know, you
Ground
fair
ball.
ball.
It's
There
a
we
fair
go.
ball inside the bag, right over the line. Caballero on his way to second base. He will be held at second base. The first hit of the game is a leadoff double by Rocco Caballero here in the 8th inning. It took a long time, almost 2 hours, but the Goldpanners finally get their first base hit, and we are going to have a change as Matthew Leiterman will bat. Leiterman will
Number 7.
bat for Alex Garcia.
their head coach didn't look real happy. I think he wanted to make a pitching change right there, and I'm not sure what happened, but he was real upset. He was standing on the turf when the guy hit when Rocco hit the double. He was out on the turf almost.
Pitching change coming up at Growden. We'll be back with more in just a minute. Panners have the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out here in the 8th. Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision, and Goldpanners will now face a new pitcher. It is number 21, Ryan Fisher, out of Treasure Valley Community College. Ryan Fisher with Caballero at second base, and Matthew Leiterman, the pinch hitter, standing in with nobody out. The go-ahead run is at second with no outs. Brett Latchman joining me here in the press box for the last few innings. And a golden opportunity here for your Goldpanners.
Yeah, but this is a move him situation for Matt, and he usually hits the ball the other way pretty well, so we'll see if he can hit something hard the other way.
Ball and a strike with nobody out.
Their defense is expecting a bunt, but the Panners don't bunt. There's the
This
ball
one is
the other
floated
way.
down the right field line. It looks like it's going to be a fair ball, and it lands just past the reach of Chris Parkin in right. Waved around third is Caballero, and he scores. And it's 1-0 Goldpanners here in the 8th inning. Matthew Leiterman delivers with a triple. Man, oh man, you go a whole game without a hit, and then you get a double and a triple back-to-back in the 8th inning.
Yeah, with nobody out, so we got another chance to score a run right here without getting a hit.
Infield drawn in as Hayden Iverson.
Hayden, his average is low right now, but his last probably 10 at bats, he's hit a lot of balls hard. So hopefully the game of baseball rewards him for his hard work he's putting in the cage and the balls he's been hitting hard. Maybe get a little bloop somewhere to even it out a little bit.
He's got a good chance here with the infield drawn in to just blast one past. Or Hayden Iverson in need of a hit, and the Goldpanners would take a 2-0 lead with a base hit here. He takes up and in. A walk in the game, a stolen base, and grounded out to third. And the bullpen already going with a left-hander for the Sockeyes here in the 8th inning in a 1-0 Goldpanner lead.
Oh.
Hits him. Well, he didn't want to do that.
No, definitely not.
And then brings up Harrison at the top of the order, who's going to be with you at Riverside this year. Is the family bummed out your Goldpanner time is coming to an end, or are they happy about it?
Ryan might be happy because his dad's leaving. He'll be on his own up here. He can play foosball till 4 in the morning with you.
Exactly. He's getting better. He's getting better.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's bittersweet all the way around because we've really enjoyed it, and you know we love it up here.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
And Ryan loves it. I mean, he loves the outdoors, and he wants to buy a place up here.
Why not?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have
too.
any money right now, but yeah, exactly. I don't know where he's going to get the money.
That's the problem. Goldpanners with a 1-0 lead, and the 0-1 pitch to Harrison, and time is called. So when's going to be your next time up here, Latch?
If I'm being honest, hopefully not for a while, because that would mean we're doing pretty well down at Riverside. If I'm back up here next summer, things didn't go very well. I'd be Carlos's associate head coach next year.
And it's hard to make visits up here. It's just hard to fit that into his schedule.
It is. And I mean, I get paid to do it the last 2 summers, and so I think those are memories I'm never going to get back.
Swing and a miss. Harrison strikes out first out of the inning.
Like you were talking, you see the people on the tour buses in masses and paying tons of money to get up here, and we get paid to be up here and help kids play baseball and enjoy the outdoors, and it's a gift.
Yeah, and it has to be very rewarding for you to have these guys buy in to what you're teaching, what you're coaching, the mindset and the approach, and that's something that never gets old.
Yeah, honestly, I think in this day and age there's a lot of overcoaching. Sometimes the best thing to do is just get out of a guy's way. I'm not gonna get in the way of Mikey Bell and tell him how to hit. We just put him third in the lineup and let him swing it. Trey Peters.
Honestly,
what am I going to say that guy tonight? He cruised through 5 innings. It's more of the day-to-day. Hey, call a kid in the office. Hey, how you doing? Or you talk to him during batting practice. How's everything going? Hey, you might want to try this or that. But I try to treat it like professional baseball. We don't do the meetings in left field after the game like a lot of colleges do and a lot of the summer teams do. You play so many games, you're going to have a bad game here and there. You just come back and get them the next day.
Scholes in the batter here, 0 for 3 in the game. Chops one right side, a diving stab by Swigert, throws to the pitcher covering the bag in time, but the run scores, and a big-time insurance run as Leiterman comes home. Iverson over to second. Nice work by Scholzen to drive in the second Goldpanner run.
That was a huge run right there. Now they're going to be playing for 2 in the 9th inning instead of 1.
Yep. That's big. Reese will stand in with still.
You know what? Tyson Reese. I forgot. He's a high school player out of St. Mary's. He's going to be at UC Riverside next year. So that was a good job by the coaching staff finding him out of high school.
17 years old.
Yeah, he's still 17.
Imagine, Latch. Imagine being 17 right now and batting for the Goldpanners.
I was so goofy at 17 I wouldn't have had a chance.
No, me neither.
I was skinnier than Ryan.
Me too, man. I graduated high school $160 at my same height.
Yeah, I think my driver's license said 6'4", 155.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a sophomore, but I remember playing varsity basketball as a sophomore, and the first guy I had to defend was a guy named Mike Smith, and he was a lottery pick in the NBA that year for the Clippers, and he was like 6'10". And luckily there was no Instagram, or I would have been posterized nightly.
Can you? I mean, I am thankful on a never-ending basis that those things did not exist when we were young. As much as I'd like to have some documentation of memories and friends, I wouldn't trade it.
No, definitely not. We had a lot of freedom and nobody taking pictures of it.
Yep. Popped high and out of play, and we didn't have the phone, so
No.
you know, your parents just kind of hoped you made it home at some point. And
Yep. Yeah, I'd take off on my bike in the morning and come home, be home for dinner.
Yep. Reese with a 2-2 count, runner at second base. A 2-0 Goldpanner lead here in the
Wow.
bottom of the 8th.
That was a fortuitous call right there, I think.
The Sockeyes will have the 2, 3, and 4 spots due up. Brecky, Swigert, and Garcia when we go to the 9th. The 3-2. Foul back, getting a piece of it is Reese.
He's stepped right in, swinging the bat well since he's been here. Stepped off the bus with a hot bat, or the plane, I guess.
Yeah, he's looked comfortable. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball, shallow left towards the line. Kobayashi in foul territory will make the catch. That's it for the Goldpanners, but they scored twice on 2 base hits. They leave a man on and take a 2-0 lead. Last chance for the Sockeyes. When we come back, it's 2-0 Goldpanners. Head to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Sockeyes, who trail this game now to the Goldpanners 2-0. Game 2 of our 5-game set. And outgoing head coach Brett Latchman, kind enough to join us here in the press box as we go to this 9th inning, and Fenberg trying to finish it off. And Brett's headed back to California, start your recruiting with Cal Riverside. And Carlos Gonzalez going to take over. How's the team going to change under Rico?
I don't think there'll be a big change, you know. I mean, I know when I was assistant, I always thought I was a lot smarter than the head guy. But I think, you know, Carlos and I, like I said, we're either really smart or not so smart because we kind of think a lot alike when it comes to baseball. I don't think it'll change a whole lot.
Well, we're going to miss you at Panner Manor the rest of the way.
I appreciate that.
We've really enjoyed you. It's been a good group over at the house, and I know Angus is going to miss you. He's coming back next week,
man.
and he's going to be sad that Coach Brett isn't around.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He's fun to be around. You got a good one there.
I certainly got lucky with that one. He's fired up to be back here doing the baseball thing that he got awful used to last month.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to hang around at the yard when you're a young kid.
Is it ever? What an opportunity he's having now, and getting that in his blood. This one is blooped up towards shallow center, but Caballero back on the grass. And
battling the sun there too. Yeah. That was a good play. There's always sun here, and he was looking right into it.
Brecky is out number 1.
He's talking to Badawi out in right field, saying he couldn't see the ball.
Brings up Swigert and then Garcia, the last hopes for the Sockeyes at a game tomorrow night at 7 p.m. This Brett Latchman's last game. Any
Any words for the fans out there,
Yeah,
Brett?
you know what? First off, thanks to you. I mean, we have a great relationship, and I know my family loves listening to you back home. The broadcasts are great. And then obviously John Lorkey for giving me the opportunity up here, and he's done a great job. As I said, I was up here, 15 years ago, I think. I can't do the math right now. And the other thing that doesn't get appreciated is all the people that go into putting this production on. It takes a village, from Stacy to Abe to Christoph and I and Raleigh next door. It's and I'm going to forget a bunch of names, so I shouldn't even name names, but everybody does such a good job of making our jobs easy, and we just get to show up and worry about baseball.
You're right about that. That whole crew and our buddy Chris that's down in Nebraska right now, and on and on. And people on the scoreboard, Henry and Kari, who's got the night off tonight, and Danny Ronkins, so many people. And you're right, it takes a village.
It does. There's so many people, and all the way down to the concessions. That pulled pork sandwich is amazing.
The ladies at Frosty Hooters who take care of us every night up here.
That's right.
Swigert.
So I'm very thankful for everybody. Everybody's been so welcoming. I mean, it helps that we've won a lot of games in the last couple of years, probably a little bit, but still, it's a great vibe up here.
There's no place like Fairbanks, and the people here, and I say it all the time. I spend most of my life nowadays in the state of Alaska, but in other parts of the state, a lot of it, and there is just no place like Fairbanks. Strike 3 called. Swigert called out. Big breaking ball from Fenberg, and the Sockeyes down to their last out. It's up to Junior Garcia.
Paxton's throwing well out there. He's feeling good. His family's in town. His girlfriend's in town. See if he can finish this thing right here.
I enjoyed your ejection yesterday, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? Ruben and I had a little disagreement, and I thought they missed the home run down the left field line, and then I was pretty sure he missed the ball down the right field line, and he told me you can't argue 2 plays, and I said, well, if you miss both of them, I can argue them. And I go, I gave you the first one, and then you guys screwed the next one up right back to back, and I go, I had to do something about it. So, but that being said, after the game, I talk, we're leaving at the same time, and Ruben starts laughing, and I start laughing. Ruben's home plate umpire tonight, and I start laughing, and he's all, hey, that was pretty good, huh? And I go, yeah. He's like, I wasn't sure if you wanted to get ejected or not. And I go, well, I did, and I wanted you to change the call. But then I saw you weren't. I figured, well, maybe I'll adjust my language a little bit.
2 balls and no strikes. Fenberg not getting the calls right now.
That ball was up. I thought that ball was up, and the previous one was off, actually.
Fenberg will walk it off. I've had a couple of his teammates quote me that he's one of the most confident baseball players they've ever been around.
He is. He told me the other day, he's like, I could have been a Division I shortstop. And I said, he goes, but I couldn't hit, Coach. So I said, all right. I was like, geez. But, yeah, well, it's good. You have to play, the old Bull Durham, you got to play his confidence. That should, nice play.
Nice dig by Espinoza.
Pitching and defense, baby.
The Goldpanners hang on to win it. 2-0. Each team with just 2 base hits in the game, and the Goldpanners scored 2 in the 8th after being no hit until then. And hang on to beat the Sockeyes. Another great ball game, much different complexion than last night's 8-7 Goldpanner win. But the Panners go 2-0 as Santana's I'm winning plays for Carlos Gonzalez.
I think we got to give Carlos his first win today.
How does that work? I don't know. How does that work with this?
Well, it was tied when I came up here, and they scored the 2 runs, right. like pitching, right?
That's right.
You're in there when they get ahead, you get the win.
He gets the win and the save. How about that? So, Brett, thank you so much for all you've done.
I really appreciate it.
A couple of great seasons here in Fairbanks, your friendship and everything, and we wish you all the best of luck at Cal Riverside.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I can't say how much I've enjoyed it.
Brett Latchman on his way out after a great coaching run comes to an end here in Fairbanks. Thank you all for joining us for Goldpanners Baseball here on PannerVision. Thank you, Brett Latchman. Thanks to Raleigh Johnson, Bam Bam Burnley, Chris Carlson, and all of you for tuning in. If you missed any of this game or any other, catch the archive broadcast on our YouTube page. The Goldpanners defeat the Sockeyes 2-0. Garrow Von Dane saying, have a great Thursday night, everybody. Join us tomorrow. Tune in, turn on, and pan out for Game 3, Goldpanners and Sockeyes. Good night, everyone.